Hello and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 video. In this video, I want to break down Sim Update 3 Beta. So the official version of it should be launching very, very soon, maybe as soon as this video actually is released. And well, in this video, I want to talk about how impressed I am with Sim Update 3 Beta. It could very well be the very best beta, or sorry, the very best sim update I've ever had for Flight Sim, period. And that includes 2020, not just 2024, but both platforms itself. And here's why. Here is an example of a plane holding short, using Beyond ATC. I have part traffic at 4, everything else set for 3. For those who are knowledgeable with Beyond ATC, those are the settings. And of course, not much going on here as a plane, but as silky smooth as this airplane is departing here. Now I know this is Beyond ATC, but the performance, if you look up there in the top right hand corner, is very impressive. More importantly, if all the way down to the bottom, that GPU memory. The GPU and memory is what really, really makes this even more impressive. And we are at a third-party airport. Okay, this is a third-party airport. This is the Logan International Airport. So obviously, when you pan around, yeah, you're going to have performance hits. Now, keep in mind, I also am using auto FPS. So obviously, this isn't full-fledged vanilla Sim Update 3 beta, right? This is with additional stuff in the background. So it still blows my mind. This is my third flight with the most recent beta that was released on, I think, Friday this past weekend. And I haven't used Sim Update 3 beta for over a month now because there were all kinds of issues. And as I kept on looking through the form on the official Microsoft Flight Sim site, I was like, well, this may not be the best thing. Here's the settings I currently am using for my Flight Sim 2024. So we go into the global rendering, scroll all the way down to the bottom. Sim Update 3 adds a couple new features. These are more toggles per se, but we have the airport services quantity, we have the parked aircraft, and then we have the air traffic one. And having these off or low, we'll add different planes on the ground, and different services on the ground as well. So I have most of that off. Here is another feature, max frame rate. This is added into Sim Update 3 as well. And for those who want to have it capped, now I do have mine capped, the monitor itself, at 100 hertz, and that's why you're seeing right now it is not going above, for the most part, 100 hertz. I am also using frame gen, multi-frame gen in this case. I do have a 5080 with an i7 14700K processor, 64 gigs of RAM. So obviously I have a higher end system, right? Not the highest end system, but a higher end system. It is a little bit windy here in Logan today, so you can see that tail swing around there quite a bit. But more importantly, what we're looking at is that FPS up there. It is very solid. Now, I know there are videos out there for all green. The reason why it's not green here is because of the frame rate. It's not capped. So that's why you're not seeing it green here. I have it capped, again, by the monitor. So it doesn't understand that portion. But I am still getting my full-fledged FPS. So as we depart here out of Logan, again, crystal clear, super smooth. There are these little bumps and hesitations. That's going to happen. Now, I do have the caching little trick. You can watch a little video on the channel here that explains how to do that, but that simply is disabling the cache for the most part. So when you pan left or right, it's not loading in on that information, which does hog down some of the performance of the sim. So as we depart here, you'll see me. I'm going to pan to the left a little bit. I'm going to pan to the right a little bit, and you'll see that FPS drop down, but then within a few seconds, get back up to that near 100 again. So you can see there, drop down for what, 3-4 seconds, and then shot back up to that 100 FPS. Nice and smooth. Again, the VRAM is well under control. This 5080 I have has 16 gigs of RAM. You can see there, plenty of space. The Phoenix is a heavy VRAM user, along with Beyond ATC traffic. This is quite impressive. Now, it's not all rainbows and butterflies as we continue here because, well, in just a moment, we're going to see some performance hits that I can't seem to explain. So we're going to see as I pan around here in a second, the FPS really tanks, and it tanks for quite a while here. So you can see it's down to the 70s there. for no apparent reason. I'm not quite sure what it's loading in in the background there, but it clearly got stuck at something, and the sim really is struggling to recapture that 100 FPS again. But it eventually does. So if we watch really carefully, see the FPS, it's slowly getting up there, and then we are back to 100. And I'm trying to figure out, well, what happened here? I don't understand, in this case, why that FPS tanks so much. Well, we're going to try it again to pan and see if I can get it to happen again. As we pan over to the left side, it went a little bit slower to see if that would help bring it to happen again. It did not, and so I kept on spinning around a little bit to see if I can just get it to activate, and for whatever reason, I really couldn't. It was just one of those kind of flukes. So I don't know if it was loading in some third-party airport having a distance, if it was loading in air traffic from beyond ATC. Clearly something was around, going on around that location. Again, you're going to see the spikes. You're going to see that's going to happen. This is a very complex sim. A sim update is not going to fix any of that stuff. It's not going to happen. As you see, I'll go ahead and pan again to see if it happens. And again, it did not happen. It's very stable. But what I'm saying with this video is the fact that this, again, I feel this is the very best beta I've ever used in flight sim. Not only that, but the very best sim update, period. The performance is just off the charts, and there are still known issues. There's the main thread bug issue that is going around in the forum, which is if you complete a second flight, it doesn't seem to release some sort of resources it holds on to unless you restart the sim. And there goes another little sluggish pause or hesitation per se. Now, hesitations on climb out, hesitations on cruise, that's all fine. We don't want hesitations on the arrival. Here we are, during cruise, buttery smooth, 100 FPS. The VRAM's under control. Main threads, for the most part, under control as well. So the next part you're going to see is the landing. Now we're landing at Toronto, which is another paidware airport in Flight Sim 2024. And I'm also going to have up on the screen auto FPS for you to take a look at. So here is the arrival into Toronto. There's auto FPS on the left-hand side, so you can see where it's dropping the LOD. It's also dropping the objects quality as well. It's also going to mess with a couple different little bits and pieces in the background from the expert mode. Now I have it capped. You see there 94 FPS, but I'm getting pretty solid 100 FPS for the most part as we come in to Toronto here. So I'm going to go ahead and let you just watch the remainder part of this. I'm super impressed with this update. Hopefully this is what the final release is like. At least on my system, it's performing extremely well. This is 3 full flights, 3 full experiences for me with this sim update, and everything looks really, really solid. I'm optimistic about what's going to come in the future. I do know they pushed back some of the performance bug issues to sim update 4. That displeased a few people, including myself, because obviously, yeah, some of these hesitations I want to get fixed, and some of the caching issues I like to see rectified as well. But for the most part, this is the most solid and smooth performance I've ever had in Flight Sim 2024, especially with AI traffic. AI traffic really drives it to a whole different level in terms of hogging down the performance, right? And here we see it's not too bad. So go ahead and enjoy the rest of the arrival here into Toronto. Thanks for watching this video. Give me a comment down below if you've tried Sim Update 3 Beta and what you think of it. And we'll see you for the next one. As always, take care.
500.
All aircraft be advised, information Delta now current. Altimeter tree 004. Air Canada 759, exit left at Delta 5.
Exit left at Delta 5. Air Canada 759.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we are...
Air Canada 759, contact ground 119.1.
Switched off.
Ground 119.1. Air Canada 759.